today is the AAA, also known as the abs, the arms, and the glutes. I think they should call it the AAG because it's just nicer sounding. I just don't like the other way. I've said it before. But anyways, AAA, today was a lot of fun. Again, guys, I'm really enjoying phase 2 of this program. It's been so wonderful. It's very challenging, and it feels like you're starting the whole program over again. So the first week you did this program, I think if you really think back to it, it was tough, and you were sore. And you know what? This is almost like the first week of the program again, and it's because every move that you're doing is going to be new to you because you're having to learn it. So take time to really listen to her, watch what she's doing, and then that way you're making sure you're keeping the form. Couple of tips for today. Tip number 1, choose your weights and your bands wisely. Here's why. She will have you do one movement. So the very first movement that you're going to do will be a shoulder press, but it's almost where you go straight up. So it's almost like instead of working the main part of your shoulder that you would think you're working, you're really going to be working more of the front part of your shoulders. She'll have you do that, and then immediately after you do 15 of those, then she'll have you go like speed walking, but she changes the way that your hands go. So by doing that, it's going to change the way, which part of your muscle on your delt you're working. Then after that, she ends up having you hit the rear delts by making you lean over and doing the Ys. If you really sit back into that squat motion and really concentrate on keeping your core tight and having a straight back, go slow, and as you go up, try to almost pinch your shoulder blades together as you go up, and you'll get the most of that movement. Again, you'll want to go light on those. I used 12s the first round for the shoulder presses, and then for the Ys, I used my 5s. I think I probably should go up to 7 next time, so I do have some 7s in the gym. I don't think I could do 8s, just because again, she's having you do time under tensions on these. So it's not just 15, it's she'll have you, for instance, go up and then you come down slowly, 1, 2, 3. Or if it's a bicep, she'll have you come up quickly, and then as you release the curl, it's 1, 2, 3. So it's a lot different than doing just the regular motion. So you're able to go down in your weights a little bit and still get the same kind of pain that you would give if you were using a heavier weight. You also really want to concentrate on your form. Anytime you're doing a time under tension, that's one of the main things that you need to really focus on, is making sure that your form is proper and that you're staying with this speed. The next thing that I'll tell you is when you use your bands, go heavier than what you think you probably should. So in Autumn's routines, if you listen to her, whatever she grabs, you might want to do one more than what she's doing. So if she grabs her light, do your mediums. Except for the only one I would say don't go heavy or medium on, stick with your light, would be the standing donkey kicks. And the only reason I say that is because your legs are tired, one, okay? So whatever leg is your stabilizing leg, if you go too heavy of a band because your glute can handle it, it's actually your stabilization leg that's probably going to have a little bit more of a fit over it, and it'll make it to where you're doing too much twitching and you're not really focusing on the isolation of the glute. So yes, you should have a little bit of twitching, and yes, you should have burning in that stabilization glute. However, you should still be able to feel it in the glute that's doing the kickback, and you should be feeling it higher up in the glute. So don't go too heavy there, or you won't be able to hold proper form and you'll be falling all over the place. So go light there. On everything else though, I would say you're probably okay with going with a heavy to an extra heavy. So rather you have, like I have an extra heavy and a triple or double X heavy band. I didn't use my double X today, but I did use my heavy, and I ended up doubling it up with my double X, or my extra large, yes. So I used my heavy and my extra heavy together, and I did that for the clams, and I'm really glad that I did. Now I will tell you this as well, my range of motion was less when I was doing the clam with the double bands. However, I felt it so much more than I did when I was just using the heavy band the first round. So I would say if you're able to, go heavier than what you think you probably ought to, and I think you'll get the better of the motion. The other move that I found that I really struggled with my bands on today. Today is probably a day that you should wear pants, not shorts. And the reason I say that is bands, anytime you're using your bands, it's better if they have pants so that they have the grippage on them, because I struggled with my bands rolling today. Where normally if I have my pants on, I don't have that big of an issue. I might have it every once in a while. But today in the scissor abs, I was really struggling, and it was frustrating me because I felt like I needed to stop to fix it. But then if I stop, then I'm losing the tension off my core, and it's kind of defeating the purpose. So if you haven't already done this routine and you're about to go do it, go run, put on your pants, and then come back and do it, or your tights, I should say. Not shorts. Shorts are a bad idea today. But I know one of the gentlemen in the video, he was struggling really bad with his bands as well today. So that would be my other tip of the day. And then if you find that your bands are rolling a lot and you have pants on, it means that your band's not heavy enough for you. However, I think the scissor one is going to be a little bit difficult to go too heavy on anyway, because of the range of motion. Anytime you have that huge range of motion, it's going to naturally make that band want to curl up a little bit. And I think it's more about making sure that you're engaging your core and that you're really trying to get your elbow up to your knee more than it is about working your glutes within that scissor motion. That's my personal opinion, so take it as you want. But like I said, that one I would go, I used my medium band the first round, and then the second round I moved up to my heavy band, and it felt better with my heavy band, but it still kind of rolled on me. The other one that was a lot of fun, that I would say that you definitely need a heavy band for, or even if you have a double X band, is when she has you do the toe taps when you're on your back. So she'll have you lay on your back, and you're supposed to keep your legs out, and then you just come down and you tap them on the ground and then bring them back up. So they never come together. And by doing this, when you have the band on, you're gonna feel it in your glutes, you're gonna feel it all over your core. So there's a lot of moves that you're doing, a lot of core work along with the actual movement that she's having you do. So sneaky little cores in there. The one move I will say that was absolutely brutal, be prepared and go light, would be the plank tricep kickbacks. I used 5s today for that, and I actually think like maybe I should go down to 3s. The reason that I say that sounds kind of like weak sauce, I know. But the reason I say that is because it's really not a tricep workout. There is no way that I can hold a plank in that position and be able to kick out some triceps that's actually going to form me a horseshoe back there. It's just not going to happen. So you really just have to be able to decide if you want to focus on your tricep, then I would say drop to your knees so that you could utilize a heavier weight. If you want to focus more on your core, then go ahead and stay on your toes and do a lighter weight for your tricep kickback, because when you're holding the weight and you're in that plank position, really the only thing that you're feeling is pure terror and pain coming from your shoulder that's supporting you, coming from your core that's trying to keep you from wanting to. Your natural body reaction is going to be to try to turn a little bit, but don't force yourself to go ahead and stay in that straight position. And I'm telling you what, even if you just do that and just hold your arm out, you're going to feel it. But if you want a little tricep, go ahead. Like I said, I used my 5s, but I found that I would be able to kick out like 6 or 7. I had to drop to my knees, take a few second break, and then I had to get back into it. And so when Autumn finished, I still had a few more reps that I needed to do to get caught up, and that's okay. That was a very big doozy. And it's like she puts all the plank moves together just about. So fair warning, your shoulders are gonna be just murdered today. So, but that's good, that's good. So you do that one, and then it's like almost immediately after that, she has you go into doing the corkscrew core, where you're in the plank position. She has you do the in and out on the sliders as well. So you're doing the corkscrew abs on the sliders, which I really enjoyed, but again, I really felt it in the lower abs and in the shoulders. Absolutely on fire. And then when she has you do I never listened to what she calls it, but it's where you cross your leg over and then you pull them in and then you cross it out, cross it in, pull it in. That one, I think I always black out on the name of it because it's such a horrible move. It really is a very tough move. She has you do that today too as well on your sliders. If you can make it through the first round, that is awesome. And then the second round, you really only do the tension move. You don't do the burnout move. So it goes a little bit faster the second round. And some of the bad ones are gone, like the tricep push-ups are gone. So that's good because the tricep push-ups were murderous after you do the plank move. Even though you didn't do, so I didn't tell you that. So like right after you do the plank tricep kickback, she has you go straight into doing the tricep push-ups. So if you're worried about triceps, like I said, you can either go to your knees, go with the heavier weight to do your tricep kickback, but be fair warned that you will be doing tricep push-ups right afterwards. So you'll get your burnout there, which is why I decided that I wanted to focus more on just a lightweight and focus on really trying to keep my hips straight and forward and hold a nice straight move and really focus on the core, because I knew I was going to be able to get my tricep push-ups right afterwards, and that was all I needed for my triceps, I promise. 15 tricep push-ups and try to go down as low as you can. That was hard. Overall, guys, I will wrap this up. Terrific workout. Really enjoyed it. All you need again is all you need is a light, medium, heavy band, your sliders, a mat for your back, and then I would go ahead and I would pick up some light weights. You do not need heavy weights. The heaviest weight I used was a 15, and that was for my shoulder press, and in a pair of 12s, and that was for when I did my bicep curls the first round and for my pullovers, because I used the 12s for the pullovers, and then I used 15s for the chest press, because the first round through I did 12s and it was too light. So again, write down your weights, and that way you know next week where you need to go up and down, because there's a lot of playing around with it, I think, in order to figure out what exactly is going to work best for you. I hope y'all are enjoying the routines. I hope you're enjoying the program. We are 31 days in, and it's a lot of fun. So I hope y'all are having fun too. Thanks for following along, guys. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, and I will keep pushing out the videos to you. Now to go eat my post-workout meal, take a shower, and then I have to go into work to unload an 18-wheeler. Got to throw some boxes around, so good cardio. Anyway, I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.